Welcome to Business Morning on Union Television. I am Onyinye Ezlofo. We understand that in today's economy, owning and running a business effectively is not a walk in the park. Many businesses are phased out, and a lot of businesses are struggling to gain stability because of the situation of the economy. And if you're not strong at this time, you're going to be knocked out. Not because of your competition, but because you might not have enough resources to stay afloat. So today we're going to be discussing how you can make profit and diversify even within this business you are operating. And this brings me to our topic, diversification of business income stream. You who is in business needs to understand that there are other ways of gaining money or making more money within the business you're operating besides what you're currently doing. And we're going to be exploring that today. We'll be going on a short break now, and when we come back from this break, we'll be delving deep into this topic. Stay with us. Welcome back to Business Morning. We're still discussing diversification of business income stream. So first, let's start by talking about the market share. You understand that there are people who have premium products, premium services, and many people cannot afford their service. Now, this is not to say that they have not defined their audience. They have defined their audience, but it's just that your defined audience or the people within your demography are not able to afford your service, or they are not able to buy your product at this time due to their personal economy or their business economy, and they have to look for other lesser options. So there are some brands that wouldn't want to leave money on the table. They wouldn't want to be missing money. What do? They begin to recreate and reinvent themselves. So by reinventing themselves, they create a smaller package of what they have as premium. So that thing that you're selling for over $15,000, or what you're selling for over 10,000 naira, you can now sell it for $5,000, or you can sell it for 7,000 naira because you want other people to buy it. This is not to say that you do not have a premium product anymore. No, you have a premium product. You pitch your premium products to people who would afford you. And then the smaller size products are for people who have the capacity to afford it. So this is what it looks like. You walk into the market and there is this super brand or complex that people walk past and they're looking at it and saying, when I make money, I will buy from them. When I get the kind of resources I need, I will patronize these people. I love their products, but at the moment, it's a no for me. And then there is another building or another product that is doing the same thing, serving the same purpose, or providing the same service as this big brand that is on another side. And people are going to that other place because they can afford it. It's not as if they are saying what the other brand is doing is wrong. No, they admire the brand, they appreciate the brand, they celebrate the people who work in there, they wish to be like them. But at the moment, these are the people they can afford. The people on the other side are the people they can afford. So they are going there. So if one person works in here, 10% works in there. If two people work in here, 20 or 30 people would work in there. What do you think is happening? This premium brand cannot match up with the other brand that is not up to their standard. So what did this brand now decide to do? They decided to create a product that can serve audience within the category of that other brand because they already have the resources. It's the same thing they are producing. It's the same kind of products they are creating. So they just made something smaller to have a market share for people within the lower class. So it is still the same business. It is still within the same industry, the same company, the same product, just that the target audience is lower. And then they are producing something that fits this market. And that is what you can do. So it doesn't take away the fact that they have a big brand, they have a big product, they have what they are known for. They now have another different product that is entirely different from them, but it is owned by them. So they can have this as Fave's Donut, that's the premium brand, and then they have a smaller brand that is Abe's Donut. So you go to buy Abe's Donut, and Abe's Donut is selling for the same price as the other brand that people used to go to. Abe's Donut is selling for the same price as the other products or the other brand that people go to patronize, that's making them lose market. So even if you're not working in to buy the Faves donut and you're going for the Aves donut, you are still giving money to the same business because they've broken it down. They know they have premium customers and they are not compromising quality for their premium customers. And for you who cannot afford their brand but desire them, they are coming to you in a different way. It is still them. They are using different strategy, different style. They are packaging it in a different way. They are even calling it a different name, but it is still owned by them. So you go and buy from Abe's Donut and the money comes back to the same brand. It is still from the Fave family. Instead of going to this other brand, you can consider going to this place or going to this place because you know they offer the same thing. It's within the same price range. It has the same quality. And you just know that yes, with my money I can afford this or this and I can decide to go for this or to go for that. Then when I want to go premium, I can go back to the first brand I've always admired, and that is recycling money within the business by creating smaller products that gives you access so you can tap into the market share. You have your signature in every demography. You know, it's something that your competitors are doing. And because you cannot lower your standard, you're maintaining your standard as premium and you're creating another product that can help you compete effectively even within that market. So that is a way to diversify your business. You're earning from two sources within the same business, selling the same product, just that the quality is different, the packaging is different, the branding is even different, but the target market is the main thing. And because the target market is different, you create this product to suit individual targets. The people you're targeting, you're making the right products for them. That is one way to diversify your business income because you're not really losing a lot, you're gaining, and the money is recycling in your business. So that is one way you can diversify your business income stream by creating another product that works exactly for your business but for a lesser demography, so you have a market share within the different audience and the demography available in your industry. Another way to diversify your business income is to create an ebook. We are in a digital world, and yes, tech is doing it. A lot of people are beginning to tap into this to make more money. So you find consultants, you find food vendors, you find graphic designers, you find different thought leaders. They have ebooks, they are selling books besides the services they are rendering. They are selling books to you. Oh, this is how to do this, this is how to do it. Why do you think they are selling these books? Because they know that they can reach more people with their books. They can sell more with their books. They have a lot of value they can give from their book, and people who don't know them can even get to reach them through these books. They create an ebook and then they distribute this value, and the money keeps coming back. Having an ebook does not stop them from doing their daily job. So having your ebook or having an ebook does not mean you're not going to work as a consultant. It doesn't stop you from consulting for people. It doesn't stop you from rendering whatever service you can render. But this ebook is a fragment or a piece of your brand that people have handy. We'll be going on a short break now, and when we come back from this break, we'll be exploring how ebook works and why you need to have one. Stay with us. Welcome back to Business Morning. We're still discussing diversification of business income stream, and we're talking about ebook. So there is this food vendor who has an ebook, and what's in the ebook? She has pictures of food she's prepared, different recipes. She's selling them to people. Oh, if you want to make this kind of food or that kind of food, I have a manual for you. And the manual is the ebook. Now, contained in the ebook is a step-by-step guide on how to make this food, on how to make plantain frittata, jollof rice, moi moi, anything you can just think of. She has them, contained them. Who do you think is buying this book? There are people who would want to learn how to cook. There are people who would want to cook her style or his style. There are people who are not Nigerians, but they want to learn the Nigerian cooking style and they need the manual, because when they open the book and say, today we're going to be making dirty rice or today we're going to be making smoky jollof, they open the book, oh, have one tablespoon of salt, add this, at that, they're taking it step by step. And at the end, they have a very good food. Having this ebook or selling this ebook does not stop this vendor from still making food videos. No, the person has the food videos, but people who buy this ebook just believe that I don't have to go through the stress of watching the whole food video. So when I want to cook, right, I open to the page where it is on the book. I read everything I need to read, and then as I am putting in my ingredients, I have a measurement. It is there for me. I keep flipping any recipe I want to try. And for them, it's also like a meal plan. They don't have any challenge creating a meal plan because the book is there. So they decide today, you go through the book, this is what we're eating, breakfast, lunch, dinner. And the steps on how to make it is there, and they are done. So this book is helping this business owner because you keep selling your book, you keep selling your food, you keep making videos, people are watching you, people are connecting with you, people are buying your book, people are buying your food. That's another way to make income within the business. So you who's a consultant, what do you do, or what can you create in your ebook? You can have an ebook that is talking about challenges that most businesses face from your years of consulting for people or from your years of talking with young business people. You now know, oh, these are the frequently asked questions, these are the major challenges, because when it keeps reoccurring, you know this is something that is lagging and you're the person bringing solution. So if you package this solution and say every question or 21 questions young business owners ask, or 50 challenges young business people face in the first 5 years or in the first 1 year, why you haven't started your business, what your challenges are, what to know before you start your business. Now you have this and you're answering these questions like you would consult. You're answering the questions in details. You give them examples, you let them know what they need to know, help them out so that the book has weight. The book shouldn't be just voluminous and empty. The book needs to be content packed. People buy this book from you and it is answering their question. And do you know what is going to happen next? Anyone who reads your book and finds value in it is definitely going to consider booking you for service. Because if you can give a piece of you and it is so detailed, accurate, and answering the questions and meeting the needs of this business owner, that means this business owner can bank on you. This business owner can say, oh, I have a challenge. We need to scale. We are stuck in this business. We need to diversify. We need to expand. Who they would be thinking of, or the person who will be coming to mind, is you, because they have read your book and they know that your book helped their business grow. Your book solved the problem they were having at the time. So when they are consulting you, you're even going to be billing them higher because the cost of the book is not your service charge. So you pay for your service charge and they are glad paying for the service charge. The reason they are happy paying for this service charge is because they know without any iota of doubt that you would deliver. This is them encountering you as a person, not in letters anymore. So ebooks are very helpful. They are amazing sources of income. That is if you do it well. Don't be that person who just have book that doesn't have content. People read it and they are so angry at the fact that they wasted their time reading and wasted their money buying because they cannot buy from you anymore. So this is the end of business between you and them, considering the fact that they didn't find value. So when you're creating an ebook, know what you're putting in there. Give as much as you can give, and that is you opening yourself for more business deals and for connection with people from different industries. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If, like we've mentioned, people in the food industry have ebooks, people who consult have ebooks. If you're an architect, you can have an ebook too. So you know you went to school and you read books on architecture and you read books on design, so you can have a book. So there is no industry that you cannot have an ebook for. There is no business you're doing that you cannot create an ebook for. As long as you have the experience you need, as long as you have what to teach, and most importantly, you understand the dynamic of that industry, you can teach other people. And it is necessary because if you keep hoarding this knowledge, you cannot serve yourself enough because you cannot serve other people. You are in business to help people. So, what are the other ways and channels through which you can help people in business? If an ebook is one of them, then by all means, have an ebook. The next we're going to be looking at is coaching and mentorship. Now, this is really delicate because we have a lot of coaches, we have a lot of mentors, and some people feel they don't get value for their money or it's not worth it. But then, for a lot of people, it has been worth it because it's about finding the right coach. Coaching in business is not about who you admire. Coaching in business is not about who you love. Coaching in business is about who is doing what you desire to do, who is in the business you're going into, and how you can connect with them to grow your business. We'll be going on a short break now. And when we come back from this break, we'll be talking about finding the right coach and how it can help your business. Stay with us. Welcome back to Business Morning. We're still discussing diversification of business income stream, and we're talking about coaching, mentorship, teaching, webinar, anything you can think about that relates to passing and transferring knowledge to people. So a perfect example is the first Guinness World Record holder for the longest cooking time in Nigeria, talking about Hilda Bassi. After the cookathon, she launched a cooking class to teach chefs, food vendors, restaurants, how they can make better food, and even people who are just cooking for their families, how they can cook better, what recipe they need, how they can be more creative in the kitchen. And you cannot imagine the number of people who registered for that class. She made millions in 1 month. That is the power of coaching, teaching, even webinars. People launch paid webinars because they want to give out what they have to other people. And you can do the same too. So at the end of the cookathon, people had testimonials. She shared testimonials of what people are saying. And even these people themselves were happy sharing testimonials of how the class was and how it became a game changer for their business. So they had a lot of spices, they don't even know what it is used for. So when you get into the kitchen and then you see the spice and it's something that your mother used to use, but as it is now, you don't even know what it is for and you don't use it. There are times when you go to the market, you see different spices and all you know is ginger and garlic, and that is the only thing you're buying and you're leaving. But then you begin to understand what the spice does to the food, the flavor, the aroma, everything, how it makes your food really nice, authentic, natural. She taught people how to create signature meals, and they were so excited. They got value for their money. But did it end there? No. Till date, Hilda still holds cooking classes. And more people are registering for this cooking class. And it's not just her. There are other people who have cooking classes too. Now, there are people who teach you hacks on how to use your equipment. There are people who teach you how to take care of your house in decorating your house without breaking a bank. It's what they do. You pay for it. They teach you how to do it. We have DIYs, but then there are DIYs that can last. So that is how it works. Now, for you who is into business and then you want to start teaching, what can you teach? You can decide to teach a particular set of people. Probably you say, I am going to be teaching people who want to go into food business. Now that is very specific. You're not teaching anybody who is already in business. You're not teaching people who are in the food business and want to scale. Probably you're teaching an undergraduate who wants to go into food business. So before they graduate, you already know where to start from. They are not struggling at the time they come out of the university. Oh, I want to start this food business. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go about it. You teach them before they come out, and then you guide them probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You share recipes with them. You let them know how it works. You let them know what to look out for, how to sell their food, how to position it. Now that's like a mentorship session for a particular set of people. You can decide to have another class, but who are you targeting for this class? You're targeting people who are already in business and whose business has lasted for over 5 years. That is very specific. You understand that what you're going to be teaching these people is different from what you taught those who want to start. Because people who want to start, some of them don't know how to cook at all. Some of them just know how to cook one particular kind of meal. Some of them are not open to spices. Now, people who are already in business, they have these spices. They have their style. They even have their secret recipes, like most food people do have. They have their secret recipes. They've created this, they've designed this, they've done that. So you teaching them, you're not teaching them from the scratch. You're teaching them how they can level up. You're teaching them how to scale. You're teaching them how to do things differently. You're now opening them up to different things that they haven't seen before, or perspectives they haven't considered within the business. So what you're teaching X is different from what you're teaching Y. And it's not going to be the same thing you're going to be teaching Z. There are people who want to teach stay-at-home moms, and what do these people do really? They don't go out, they take care of their children. So if you're teaching stay-at-home moms how to cook, you know you're not teaching them like the chef who is cooking for people. You're teaching them how to cook for their family. So they would want to probably add decoration to it, their food presentation. So what are the other things they can do? Because they are staying at home and they are every day there with the kids. So you can make cookies. How can they make cookies? How can they make candy? Homemade this, homemade that. They don't have to keep buying when they are staying at home. So they can do it by themselves. They are not interested in learning, oh, you can do this and share and sell and deliver. No, they're not delivering to nobody. They are doing it for themselves, their families, and for their personal consumption. So at this point, you understand that people within this category are most likely going to be more concerned about using natural spices and eating healthy food. So you're teaching them how to create their own spices. You're teaching them how to use the things in their house to decorate their food. You're teaching them the different kinds of meals they can plan. It's different. And come to think of it, you charge A, people who are in school, the category A, people undergraduates who want to go into food business. Category B, food vendors or people who are in food business and have been in business for over 5 years. Category C, stay-at-home moms who want to learn how to cook and want to create different cuisines for their families. So what are you doing? You're creating income streams. So you can have it as a chain: January for undergraduates, February for food business owners, March for stay-at-home moms, April your free time to plan, open up registration, and that is what the end of first quarter. And then second quarter you start all over again. So every quarter you are selling your food course. Every quarter you have a food course going on, you have sessions, you're training, because when you're teaching, it is also helping you to learn. You're learning new things, you're discovering new ideas, and you keep selling this course. So it is running, which implies that you have your food business you're doing as a person, and then you have an ebook that you're selling for food business, and you're now training people on how to cook. These are ways to diversify your income stream within the same business. At this point, we're going into the marketplace and we'll be chatting with market people to understand if there are other things they do to increase their income stream. And that is going to be an additional knowledge for you who is watching. Come with me.
This is Marketplace Synergy, a segment of Business Morning where we interact with market people to learn about their businesses, their challenges, and their success stories. Why did you decide to go into this business, Ma?
Um, I decided to go into this business because of the passion I have for it, and there is never a time I regret doing into it.
So, do you make the baskets or you buy them?
I have weavers, and sometimes I give them designs. Sometimes they give me designs, so it's interwoven.
So, everything here is your concept.
It's not my concepts. Some are, some are not. It depends on what my customers want. Sometimes they give me designs. Sometimes they see design on me, then we both work on it, and we come out with something great.
Awesome. How long have you been in this business?
It's going to about 5 years now. and I've been thanking God.
That's fine. Have there been times you've encountered challenges and how you were able to manage them?
Only raining season. When it rains, you cannot expose this to rain. But if after that time, you always be fine. But if it's raining, no, 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 no. They don't like this kind of business. Is not water is not friendly with them.
So, has there been a time you thought of quitting the business because you were overwhelmed or anything like that? Have you felt overwhelmed and you thought of quitting or doing something else?
No, I can even never, ever tried it. Why is I love it? One, two, passionately I'm involved, and looking at this environment from the end of the starting of this road to the end of this end. I think I'm the only one selling this kind of baskets and this kind. I'm the only one having this kind of shop in which I'm very proud of. You getting what I'm saying? And with God, everything has been okay for me. I've never ever. I even have another shop. It's not far from here. I'm into fabrics as well, but I don't give that shop a dime. I don't even care about the shop like the way I care for here. Once I get there, get it stock, I move. But every minute you find me here, 24 hours.
So, what can you say to someone who wants to go into business? What advice can you give someone who wants to start a business?
If you want to go into it and you are not passionate about it, I will not ask you to go into it. One, you have to be creative. You cannot be lazy because sometimes you have to shade in a way that your customers will appreciate what you are selling.
How old is this business? How long have you been in this business?
Over 20 years. I think 22, 23 years.
22, 23 years. That means the child should have grown, finished primary school, secondary school, and should be going to the university now, right?
Yeah, it's actually a third generation business. So it's been passed on from my grandmother to my uncle and then to me.
So why did you decide to remain despite generations?
Family heritage is something I actually take very important, and the business has been in the family. It only has to be continued. Although I have my own business, I also believe that this place should also be taken care of.
Awesome. So are there been challenges running the business with the successions and different in opinion?
No, there hasn't really been challenges because eventually everybody's goal is to keep the place running. So no matter how different our opinion is, the goal is still the same thing. So we end up like deciding things that are good for the promotion of the business eventually.
Awesome. Have you encountered challenges with the economy or remaining in business?
Yeah, the economy has been terrible. The things that we sell for about 3,000 now we sell for about 7,000, 8,000, and it has reduced our demand. And also because of the exchange rate, we can't really buy things from abroad the way we buy them, and it takes longer time.
But what can you say to people who want to go into business at this time?
Be sure of what you want to do and be resilient because the economy is discouraging. So you must start and you might start making losses, but you have to be sure of what you want to do. You have to be certain before you start. You have to do a lot of research, a lot of study, and so when you're certain of what you want to do, then you just have to stick at it. You probably break even, not as fast as you can, but slowly and steadily.
I discovered that while I was there for him to go have his lecture and return, his people, his clients, per se, will come like students, lecturers will come for photo shoots. And when they come, where is this guy? I said, he's having lecture. So, and one of them said, why are you not taking the photograph? I said, I'm not a photographer. I'm just here for a while. I think one of the days, one of the lecturer came for passport and said, young man, pick up the camera and take me photograph. However you want to take it, I don't know. But I want to tell you, take this thing because you might need it tomorrow. I ran away from him. I said, you shouldn't talk about. But I think after a day after he came back, he said, I need you to take me a passport. So
The same lecturer.
same lecturer. So I now said, okay. Before the next day, when my cousin brother came back, I said, somebody came for passport. He said, okay, if you want to do passport, this is what and what. He just told me one or two things to do. So when the man came, then it was not this era where we have digital era, analog era, where whatever you take, you won't know until you get to the studio to develop your film and all that. So when the man came for the passport, I know I've messed up. So I just told him it's not okay that he will take another one. He said no, that I should ensure that that other one was printed. He wants to see. So actually, I just printed something for him. He said he just want to encourage me that I should pick up this thing, that I might need it tomorrow. And that was the last time I saw that man. I don't know. I can't remember. I can still remember what he told me. Then this gone by, I begin to fall in love. I will see him, like student will come, more than 10 students around him. Please, my photograph, it's my turn to take. I said, why are they rushing? Why are they patronizing him like this? See that? So I began to pick interest. So when I got back home, then I was with my uncle, who was a military officer. So I just told him about that. There's this thing I wants to do photography. That he said, yes, there's the military. In their training, there's one particular aspect of military training that has photography to spy the enemy. And I brought lens, one particular lens, I think M300 as at that time. And I saw in campus, they were using this long lens. Yeah. So he gave me two at once. Yeah. So on getting to school the next day to the campus, I showed it to my cousin brother. I said, wow, that has been dreaming to buy this lens. So it's very expensive. The one he got, the one that they sell around was this inferior type, but the military got their one from the military software. So he said that he just got it for his training, that I should go and use it. And that when that lens arrived last week, I could still remember that year that in fact, it took over the entire space. Everybody was then. The name was Pica's photography. So it was so everywhere. In school there will be award nights, campus thing, everything. So everybody wanted us to be the official photographer for all the department. So it became like, so I now saw. Then maybe even before, prior to that time, I was working somewhere and I was being paid as at 2000. I was paid a week 710 naira.
2000, year 2000.
Yeah, 2,710 naira. Yeah, you have to do, it's the shift. You work 1 week morning and 1 week night, but for every week you get 710 naira. So I don't understand the value. I'm still thinking the value of that money. So when I got to the campus, he was giving me 150 naira every day to go home, but would have eaten. So I now said 150 multiplied by 5, it's going to be more than the money I get from that work. So I disengaged from the work. Since the work, you have to also work at night for you to even make 1,000. For them to pay you 1,000, that means you would have done overtime, maybe 3 hours added to your time. I begin to pick up the interest based on what that man told me, like that. At a point, he was in year 3 plus. Yes, yeah, 3 plus. I've not gotten admission, so I was really getting angry. I said, maybe this photography thing there's something happened. I pick interest. Then, if it's not that, I will ask somebody, other photographers, what do they do? So I started doing something. I just started liking the work. So one day, he has a job, like 3 job, wedding job outside. He said, Victor, you go and cover one. I said, how do I do this? So I got into the venue, asked other photographers, what do they do if you are taking this? So the interest. So the good news was that at a point, I took over the business from him. People start liking me more than him. When they come, they say, no, he's your brother that they want. I think that's where the interest came in.
And that will be all on Marketplace Synergy today. It's good to be back. Interesting work in the market. But then don't forget that applied knowledge is power. Beyond knowing, it is important that you do what you know to have the best result. And this brings us to the end of the Business Morning Show for today. For more interesting and insightful content, follow us across all our social media platforms. And yes, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, I am Onyinye Ezlofo. And until I see you next time, keep watching Business Morning on Union Television.